In this video, I'll share 6 things that you should have in your kitchen studio to make filming cooking videos easier.
Now, everyone's kitchen is different, so you might not need some of these things, or you might already own them. Let's just go down this list of things and I'll explain why they might be helpful. I'll also have links to everything that I talk about below this video. So if your kitchen doesn't already have an island to film at, you might consider investing in a prep table. And you can build one or buy one online. And the one that I'm using in my kitchen, I found at our local hardware store for about $300. I then found the same exact one on Amazon for $150. There are a ton of different sizes that you can choose from at different price points, and if you don't like the stainless steel look, you can even find them in wood as well. You might already have something like this at your house that you can use, like another small table or a desk. You just want to make sure that it's something solid and it doesn't wobble too much so it's not shaking when you're using it to prep or cook your food. My table is 2 feet wide by 4 feet long and 36 inches high. I love that there's a shelf below it that allows me to store things out of my shot so I can hide them when I don't use them. I like using a prep table to film because I can set my camera up on the other side to film me when I'm talking to the camera, prepping, or cooking my food. I just feel like this is the easiest way to get a nice clean shot of everything compared to filming at my counter or stove that's pushed up against the wall. Now I know that this might not be possible for everyone depending on the size of the kitchen or your layout, but if it is possible, it is something that you should consider getting. And if you're questioning if this is possible or where you should place it in your kitchen, snap some photos of your kitchen and share it in the Discord so we can give you some feedback on your kitchen studio layout. I do know a bunch of creators who are using whole different unused areas of their house, like their dining room, for example, as their kitchen studio for filming their cooking content. A bonus thing that I wanted to share were these custom tabletops that I made. I just used a piece of plywood that I had cut to the same size as my prep table, and then I laid some inexpensive vinyl flooring on top. I like to use these to change up the look of my space. And I've also used these on top of some wired shelves to create another table that I use for storage and as my desk to when I do all my talking head videos, like this one right here. You might be able to make one of these yourself and then just throw it on top of a desk or table that you already own to quickly transform the look. The next thing that I would recommend investing in is going to be a portable cooktop or butane burner. You might already have one of these, or you have a kitchen island where your cooktop is located, so you wouldn't need to get one. There are a ton online ranging at different price points. There are even electric ones starting as low as $12. You might also see some fancy induction ones that can get pretty pricey. The one that I'm using is a Breville Control Freak, and this one costs like $1 million. The downside to induction cooktops are you need pots and pans that work with induction cooktops. There are also fans on them that can get pretty loud when you're cooking. Another option is a butane cooktop that is basically gas powered. They use these small butane canisters for fuel, and they're great because you're cooking with actual fire. I just don't like having to replace the little butane canisters. It just creates more trash in the landfills. Plus, one of these could run out of fuel mid-shoot and it would require you to place it. And this can throw off your whole cook or workflow. I also don't know too much about like the CO2 or like the gas emissions that is kind of like giving off. So it's just another thing to consider. But anyways, whatever the case, the reason I love using a cooktop is because I can place it right on my prep table and I can get nice clean shots of what's in the pan. I also don't have to move all of my lights and my camera over to my stove or the prep table, which saves me a lot of time and energy. I also don't have to worry about my hands or arms getting in the way compared to when I'm filming at my stove that's pushed up against my wall. I also love that I can use my cooktop to get the main shots that I want to get on camera, and then I can just move my pan or pot to my actual stove to finish whatever I'm cooking. Sometimes I might even use multiple pans to cook with, and I can just get the shots that I need on camera with my cooktop and then transfer that pan to the stove to keep the food warm or cooking while I'm filming the next thing in another pan or pot on my cooktop at the prep table. Or vice versa. A lot of the times I'll use my stove to bring water up to a boil or my oil up to temperature for frying, and then I'll just transfer my pan from my stovetop to my cooktop at the prep table to begin filming. Part of this video is one of over 80 video lessons in my Cooking Creators course. I'll teach you everything there is to know about how to plan, film, and edit cooking videos with just your smartphone. There's also modules teaching social media strategy to grow a following, and a module talking about ways to monetize your recipes and get brand deals. I'll have a link in the description if you're interested, and if you stay till the end of this video, I'll have a discount code on the screen that can save you an additional 20% off. Another thing that I'd recommend, which you might already have, are these little bowls in different sizes to hold your prepped ingredients. The more videos that you shoot, the more that you'll realize you don't need to film you chopping and cutting all of your ingredients. Filming and cooking in general is going to be way more efficient if you have all of your ingredients already prepped, measured out, and placed into these small individual containers. This will also just look really pretty on camera when you're dumping all of your ingredients into your bowl or pan for matching containers. Don't feel like you need to have these, but I would recommend them. There are cheaper options online, like these reusable deli containers. Another thing to consider having is a large plastic bin that you can use to throw all of your used dishes into. Now, this is just a great way to keep things out of your shot and also out of the way. Sometimes it can get a bit frustrating when you have a bunch of dishes stacked up on your counter and you need that area to do something else off camera. You could also just throw all of your dishes in your sink, but you might also need your sink for some shots as well. Or you just need to use your sink in general to wash a pan that you need to reuse, but can't because it's full of dishes. You could also just use your dishwasher if you have one, but I don't. And sometimes it's honestly just way easier and faster if I have this thing under my prep table and then I can just toss all of my dirty dishes in there and I don't have to worry about stacking them all nice so they don't fall over and off the counter. This thing is also great if you're filming in a space that's not in your kitchen, like your dining room or your backyard and doing some outdoor barbecue content. You can use this to stack all of your prepared ingredients inside and carry it outside to the grill. And then you can use it again to hold all of your dirty dishes and then carry that all back inside at the end of your shoot. I just kind of have a small kitchen and this is the best solution for me, but you might have a big space where you can put all of your stuff. I just thought I'd recommend it. Another thing to consider is going to be your kitchen lighting. And I'll talk more about this later in the white balance section of this course, but ideally you want your kitchen lights to be the same color temperature as your light kit. Take out the light bulbs in your kitchen ceiling and look to see what the color temperature is on the light bulb. If you bought a light kit that allows you to change the color temperature of your lights, the easiest solution would be to set your light kit at the same color temperature as the light bulbs in your kitchen ceiling. Just make sure that all of your light bulbs are the same color temperature. If your light kit has a fixed color temperature or you can't change the temperature of your light kit, then your option is to buy new lights for your light kit that match the same color as your kitchen. If you can't buy new lights for your light kit because it's like an LED panel, for example, then figure out what the light temperature on your light kit is and then buy new light bulbs for your kitchen that match the same temperature as your light kit. The last thing that is completely unnecessary but kind of a bonus is going to be an apron. Now, some people might not like wearing an apron because they think they look dumb, but honestly, the main reasons or the two main reasons that I like wearing an apron is because one, it keeps my clothes clean, and the other reason is because it's a nice sturdy thing to clip my mic to. I absolutely hate clipping my wireless mics to my t-shirt because they flop around and it's just too close up against my neck. I feel like it's rubbing against my skin or my chin when I look down, and sometimes it gets picked up by the mic and camera. The apron strap or the pocket is the best spot to clip the mic, and I don't have to worry about it falling off or flopping around. There's a ton of options online, but I personally love the Headley & Bennett aprons, and they gave me an affiliate link and a code that can get you 10% off of your purchase. So use code PHILIP with 1L, 10, to save 10%. I'll have links to all of the things that I mentioned below this video, and that's it for this lesson, and I'll catch you in the next one.